It's Benzinga, bringing Wall Street to Main Street.
President Donald Trump said Saturday the U.S. will impose 30% tariffs on all goods imported from the European Union and Mexico starting August 1st, according to CNBC. He announced the move in letters to EU Commission. President Ursula von der Leyen and Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum posted to Truth Social. Trump warned that any retaliatory tariffs would trigger further increases on U.S. duties. Von der Leyen called the tariffs a threat to transatlantic supply chains and said the EU is prepared to respond with proportionate countermeasures. Mexico said it had already objected to the decision during bilateral meetings on Friday. The U.S. had previously paused its global tariff hike until August 1st after preliminary deals were reached with the UK and Vietnam. Meta Platforms has acquired Play AI, an AI startup specializing in natural-sounding voice technology, according to Bloomberg. The entire Play AI team will join Meta this week and report to Johan Schalkwyk, a recent hire from Sesame AI, according to an internal memo. The memo stated that Play AI's voice technology aligns with Meta's roadmap for AI characters, Meta AI, wearables, and audio content creation. A Meta spokesperson confirmed the acquisition, but declined to provide further details or respond to Benzinga's request for comment. The acquisition supports CEO Mark Zuckerberg's 2025 strategy to prioritize AI, including the formation of Meta Superintelligence Labs, led by former Scale AI CEO Alexander Wang. Nvidia CEO Jensen Huang downplayed U.S. concerns that his company's chips could support China's military, according to CNBC. Huang told CNN that Chinese forces can't rely on U.S.-made technology due to its vulnerability to export restrictions. Huang argued that China has sufficient domestic computing power and doesn't need Nvidia chips. He added that the U.S. should aim for global tech leadership by engaging with all AI developers, including those in China. His comments come ahead of a trip to China and follow U.S. export controls that slashed Nvidia's market share in the country. Huang also reportedly met with Trump last week and was warned by lawmakers to avoid entities linked to China's military. Analysts say Huang is carefully balancing political tensions while preserving Nvidia's access to the Chinese market. Apple is undergoing its largest executive turnover in decades as several top leaders near retirement, according to Benzinga. Tim Cook's longtime deputy, Jeff Williams, has announced plans to retire, leaving no clear successor. Cook has shown no intention of stepping down, and the board remains confident in his leadership. Apple shares are down 16% this year, but have risen about 1,500% since Tim Cook became CEO in 2011. Apple is undergoing its largest leadership turnover in decades as several top executives approach retirement. The reshuffle comes at a pivotal moment, raising concerns about succession planning, as there is no clear replacement for CEO Tim Cook in the event of an emergency. The board remains confident in Cook's leadership, but the absence of a clear successor raises concerns about Apple's succession planning and emergency preparedness. Google has hired Windsurf CEO Varun Mohan and several top R&D staff in a $2.4 billion licensing and compensation deal, intensifying the AI coding talent war. According to CNBC, the search giant will not invest in Windsurf, but secured a non-exclusive license to parts of its technology. The move follows Windsurf's failed $3 billion acquisition talks with OpenAI and reflects rising competition between Google, Meta, and Microsoft for agentic AI talent. Google says the hires will bolster DeepMind's agentic coding capabilities and expand Gemini's reach among developers. Windsurf will continue to operate independently under interim CEO Jeff Wang. Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is pushing to eliminate synthetic food dyes, but Mars refuses to remove them from its candies, like M&Ms and Skittles, according to Benzinga. Mars says it will keep using synthetic dyes in its candies, reversing a 2016 pledge, and claims its products are safe and meet global food safety standards. Synthetic dyes have drawn controversy due to studies linking them to hyperactivity, allergic reactions, and potential cancer risks, particularly in children. A 2024 study found that 28% of foods marketed to children contained synthetic dyes and often had higher sugar levels. RFK Jr. is calling for a nationwide ban on petroleum-based food dyes commonly found in children's snacks, such as Red 40 and Yellow 5. The effort is part of his Make America Healthy Again agenda, targeting additives linked to health and behavioral issues. The National Confectioners Association defended synthetic dyes and argued candy is unfairly targeted compared to products like alcohol, tobacco, and cannabis. Alibaba matched its all-time high of 80 million on-demand deliveries on Saturday as it intensified its competition with Meituan and JD.com in China's instant commerce race, according to SCMP. The milestone followed a nationwide promotion blitz that included massive giveaways, which flooded delivery platforms and overwhelmed physical stores. Alibaba's Taobao Instant Commerce reported a 15% weekly jump in daily active users, bringing the total to about 230 million. Alibaba is investing $7 billion in subsidies over the next year to support consumers and merchants in its on-demand delivery push. In June, it merged Ele.me and Fliggy into its core e-commerce unit to improve efficiency and compete with Meituan and JD.com. Jeffries noted Alibaba's strategy aims to unify food delivery, instant commerce, and retail to gain a competitive edge. Sovereign wealth funds and central banks managing $27 trillion are shifting to active management and diversifying reserves amid a volatile global outlook, according to Invesco's latest survey. Reuters reported that institutions with over $100 billion in assets are leading the shift to active strategies, abandoning passive approaches favored in more stable markets. Wealth funds posted a 9.4% return last year, tying their second-best result in survey history. Market volatility and deglobalization have intensified, with long-term concerns focused on climate change and growing sovereign debt. Nearly 60% of wealth funds plan to increase investments in China over the next 5 years, particularly in AI, EVs, and semiconductors. 70% of central banks see rising U.S. debt as a long-term risk to the dollar, yet 78% say a true rival reserve currency is still more than 20 years away. Bitcoin surged past $120,000 for the first time Monday, as investor confidence rose ahead of U.S. congressional debates on key crypto bills, according to Bloomberg. The House of Representatives is set to consider several pro-crypto measures during Crypto Week, aligning with Trump's administration agenda. U.S. Bitcoin ETFs saw over $2.7 billion in net inflows last week, the fifth largest weekly total since their launch in January 2024. The 12 ETFs now manage about $151 billion, while open interest in Bitcoin futures hit a record $86.3 billion on Monday. Institutional investors are viewing Bitcoin as a hedge and store of value, despite ongoing concerns over Trump's broader economic policies. Short sellers were hit hard, with over $1 billion in liquidated bearish positions. Analysts say Bitcoin's next test is $125,000, with support seen at $112,000.
For all things money, visit Benzinga.com.